Hello, I hope you're well. During this Christmas, I was really just thinking about Christmas, and I thought, why would God choose Joseph and Mary out of all the people? And one thing really stood out to me that when I was reading the story, we see a lot of crazy factors. We see um, Joseph finds out that Mary's pregnant, um, and then through a dream, God tells him, reveals the secret, and then he chooses to get married. And then the next step is, leave leave the country. Leave the country for you don't even know how long. Leave the country until I give you word, which ends up being 2 years. So I see that this couple is able to walk by faith. Now you take that to today. Hey, you find out your wife's pregnant and you're not even married yet. Well, most relationships would be over right there. Now, say you did stick in there. Now God comes to you and says, hey, you have to get the child out of the country. So leave right now. And come back when I tell you to. Well, most people would be like, that was a weird dream. I must have ate something wrong. Or they would say, oh, maybe that was God. Well, I need a couple more confirmations to be sure. So let me talk to my religious, people over me in my life that speak into my life, or friends who, you know. Well, by that time, it's too late and the child's dead. God needed people that he could communicate to and that they would be able to walk out and operate in faith, obey in faith quickly. And that's pretty much what they did. God gave them minimal details and minimal time frames, and they were still able to operate and work with him. Where are you going? His friends would ask. Oh, I'm going to Egypt. Egypt? Why are you going there? It's not in that's not our country. You don't have any relatives there. You have no friends there. Well, God gave me a dream, and he gave me forewarning to leave this place. When are you coming back? Oh, I don't know. God told me that he's going to let me know when to come back. Where are you going to live? I don't know. These three wise men came, and one of them gave me some gold, so I'm going to sell that gold and I'll have finances. To the normal world, at this point, Joseph is looking really crazy. I see a rhyme within him walking by faith and Abraham walking by faith. When Abraham left his place, God came to him and said, leave this place, go to a land I'll show you. So he's leaving. The family, friends would ask the same questions. Where are you going? When are you coming back? A lot of these, the individual would just have to respond, I don't know. And then you look crazy to somebody who does not understand and who's not walking by faith. It's like rubbing them the wrong way, especially if it's a family member. You're going where? What are you doing? When are you coming back? You don't know anything, and you had a dream? This is really weird, and I am very concerned for you, they might say. But the individual, Joseph and Mary, and Abraham and his wife, walking by faith, this was the best thing they could do. And it will have repercussions for all eternity. So who's the one being wise here? Joseph and Mary, or the friends and relatives who would be asking questions? The neighbors, distant friends, people you grew up with, asking you, what are you doing? Where are you going? How is this going to happen? How is this going to take place? We don't understand this. Help me understand. A final thought for you and myself is, am I walking by faith? Have I been walking by faith? And it doesn't have to be an Abraham situation. It doesn't have to be a Joseph and Mary taking on the Christ coming in through virgin birth situation. But we do see little interesting points where God is leading the individual. God met with Joseph several times in dreams. You know, don't be afraid to take Mary as your wife. Leave the country. Go to Egypt till I tell you to. And then he calls him again. Come back to Israel. The guy who was searching for the child is dead. So we see a walking hand in hand, though it might not be every day. We do see a time lapse of, he's gone for 2 years and he comes back. I doubt he's hearing from God every day. But we do see that as he walks, he is getting something from God. And when he does, he's obeying. The same thing goes in the Abraham story. So when I examine my life and you examine your life, we have to ask, have I been getting any direction from God? And am I doing it? Am I interested in doing what he wants to do? Or am I only doing my plan, my thoughts, my purposes in my life? It should be the other way around, where I'm looking and I'm saying, God, what are you doing? And can I join you in doing that? What pleases you with my life? Because before I know it, this vapor will be out of here in this temporary realm. Have you ever waited until? We Americans and probably other peoples of the world, we have a very short waiting period. We could wait for a little while, but can you wait until? We see this throughout many people of faith in the Bible. They don't get an answer right away. They're waiting on God. God responds, and that might take some time. Have you ever responded quickly, or do you take too long? When God does communicate to you in one of the various ways he does, that's a whole nother subject. But when he does communicate, do you respond in obedience quickly? Or do you wait and pray about it too long? God, if that's you, confirm it to me. Well, now you waited and waited and waited, and you missed the train and it's gone. God wanted to do something there, but you took so long that he wasn't able to. An example I'm thinking of is forgiveness towards somebody, or praying with somebody about something. There's a spiritual need and God moves on you and says, do this, and you wait too long. Well, many times that train goes by and you miss it. So do you hear from God? Do you obey quickly? That is something a theme that we see within these people of faith in the Bible. And we have to ask ourselves, am I really walking by faith? Have I been walking by faith? And if you haven't, then you could start today. If you have, then kudos to you. Just keep doing it and keep walking that walk.